and we hit a spot where it was like, we were talking to the doctor, and they were like, you know, your water broke so long ago. If you get to a certain point, you know, we start to worry about infection, and you get the fibroid, and we worry about that too. So we made the decision it's a good idea to do the Pitocin, which gets contractions going.
At what time?
Really good question.
Morning? Was that morning? Soon after you got
It was
there?
like,
Oh, okay.
Were they pretty aware that this child was not small?
no, they didn't know. Because she looked small, because she's so.
But didn't they measure her?
They can only measure her belly to see how many months.
Yeah, but my doctors were always like, oh yeah, you got like a 9.
They didn't know. They don't know. I'll be
Yeah, the
honest with you, there's
ultrasound
no way
you
to
also
know.
can't really
Okay.
Can't
tell.
tell an ultrasound. So, and she looked like a little basketball because she's tall and thin.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the Pitocin, we decided to do it, which we were nervous about because
Isn't that more
it's a
painful?
cascade. They call it the cascade of events. Once you start one thing, it usually leads to another intervention, which in our case it did in the good way, like
Yeah.
the best possible thing happened. But Pitocin makes your contractions really intense and painful, so usually it makes women want an epidural or pain medicine. But Darby was a savage.
Not doing
just
it.
like full like pain beyond what I could imagine pain being in her eyes. Like every 2 minutes for 6
How did
plus
she
hours.
do it? How did she handle it?
Till 3 in the morning. So
Was she quiet? Was she screaming? Was she?
pretty quiet, like breathing. We breathed together. We like breathed together. I was doing like hip pushes,
No,
you know.
You don't nose breathe. in
So
this
she would like
situation.
lean on the bed.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
like that. Yeah.
And she would like all of a sudden a contraction come on and be like so miserable.
Oh, so you try to
And
help.
so what I would do is like turn around like doggy style.
She knows all about it.
I would have to
Oh
like
God, I gotta get
like
this.
Oh my god.
for the whole contraction.
That felt good for her.
Oh
Like,
my
Need to
god.
do it again. A little closer.
I can't do it again. Like,
was there?
Want me to help Drew?
Did
Yeah.
you sit sore from
Ready.
doing it?
Okay.
I did
We'll
it
try that at the
on-
house later.
I did. It's like doing a set of some kind of lift, and then doing it
good muscles.
continuously for 6 hours.
Oh, and your back's
with
broken.
a 30-second to 2-minute break.
Oh my god.
So, and she'd do it, and I'd have to get into a squat position to do it. She was like down here. So I'd be like, my arms were falling
Did
off.
the
But it was like
doula
nothing compared to her
recommend
pain. I had
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
Did the doula say that was a good thing?
Yeah, and she needed it. She's like, I need that.
Wow.
And then in between, I'd like rub her back, and we'd like
Oh.
catch our breath, and like another one would come on. 6 hours.
It's just like
Is
doing
she
wind
the
sprints in
And,
the
like,
pool.
The Richter scale of her pain was like way high.
Were
So
they
high.
saying like 1 to 10? What is it? And she was like, 15.
Well, the other thing is there's a monitor to my
Oh,
left.
what? Are you kidding?
There's a monitor.
A snot rocket?
You're
No.
There was a monitor to my left that showed like the baby's heart rate, mom's heart rate, and
not yours.
not mine. And then it would show the contractions. So their contraction rate, there was like a monitor on her tummy, and so it would go sort of raise like it'd be usually down around like 5 or 6, and like it would raise all of a sudden be in the 20s, and you'd see one coming on, so like, here's another one, and then she'd be like, yeah, it's coming. And it would get up to like, at first it was getting up to 40, 30, 40, and it was like brutal. By the end, it was getting above 100.
What is that? Just like
Your
the rating
muscles
scale.
But
just-
she was like barely handling it when it was hitting 30, 40. Like,
So they were
and then like by the end, she was like consistently 70s, and then up into the 80s, and then 80s up into the 90s,
Oh my
then 90s up into the
God.
100s of it. I was just watching it happen. Oh my god. And then she hit the point after 6 hours of going through that, which is insane. Maybe longer. She's like, Brad, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it. The doctor would come in and check her cervix very irregularly because the more you're going up, it's not good.
Even
And
with
there was a risk of
sterilized glove.
And there's a risk of not so much the infection as much as like it can like. Sorry, I'm so tired. You just don't want to check it too much. I think it's the infection, the water had broken so long
That's what
ago.
you said,
And like going up when you're trying to go down is not good either. So anyways, the doctors come in and they're like, you know, the first couple ones they were like still 3 to 5 centimeters, and it's just so defeating because you're like, oh my god,
We must
you've
be
been
at
laboring
7
for
now.
5 hours.
Because
and,
you
like,
came in and she
the
was 3
cervix
to 4.
hasn't changed at all. And then she labored her ass off for like the next whatever couple hours, brutal pain. They came back in. The doctor checked. She's like, centimeters. She's like 7, 8, 7.5, 8 now. So that was like a boost. But then the pain was so bad, and then she was like, I can't do it anymore. The anesthesiologist came in, and you're like, oh man, this is the moment where like the anesthesiologist is here. She's like kind of wanting the thing, and she's like, we're just like, just come back. And she at that moment got a break in the pain, or she like flipped into another gear or something, and she just was like, okay, tell me to come back later. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
No, it was good.
Oh.
And then she labored more, and they checked again, and it was like still an 8 for a while.
It has to
Why
get
was
to
it
10.
good?
Yeah, 10 is
Because I think it let her push her past her wanting to need the epidural. So then when she actually did need the epidural, I was like, okay, she really does need it. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's time. And we talked through it with the doctor. We talked through it with Katie, and we talked through it with the anesthesiologist. They're like, we'll give her a really low dose so she'll still be able to feel. And at this point, it makes sense because the pain is so strong. And there's could be a long way to go. It can help relax the cervix so that it can open more.
Yeah.